Hello everybody, this is Slugwave again, and I'm continuing with part 5 of my ASMR Morrowind Let's Play series. Where we last left off, I had finished basically the first quest from Caius, where we went to the Dwemer ruins outside of Balmora to get the Dwemer puzzle box, and today my plan was to continue with his next quest, which looks like it was to go to Sharn Gra Mazgab at the Mages Guild to tell me about the Nerevarine. I'll first have to do a little errand for her first. Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Rather than pay informants with hard cash, Caius trades favors for information. Okay. Okay, so we're right outside here at the Mages Guild, right over here. And we're going to find a Sharn.
Alright, I'm listening.
Let's see. Where is she? This looks like someone who would be named Sharn Gra Mazgab.
Yes, what is it?
Okay. No interruptions. How many times? Oh, you're one of Caius's associates. That's a different matter. Caius and I have a very satisfactory arrangement, and I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement if you want to complete a little errand for me. The errand then is very simple. I need the skull of Leviel Andrano. You'll find it in the Andrano ancestral tomb, but take care not to upset the natives. The Dunmer have some peculiar primitive prejudices against necromancy and take grave objection to unauthorized tomb visits. Okay, let's ask him more about the tomb. The tomb is south of Pelagiad, just off the road just before you reach the fork where the road goes southwest towards Sadanin and southeast to Vivec. You may need an enchanted blade. Some spirits are immune to normal weapons. Here, take this old short sword, and maybe these old scrolls will come in handy. Oh, nice. I was wondering when the game tells you that you need enchanted blades for spirits. Apparently right here. I think I've actually been to that tomb already, and I couldn't beat the guy at the end. So I'm hoping we're stronger now. That was way at the beginning of the game. He was no one special, a journeyman enchanter. There may be many skulls in Andrano too, but you'll have no problem recognizing Leviel's skull from the ritual markings. Necromancers. Of course not, I can't teach you spells. I'm not a necromancer. No, absolutely not a necromancer. In the Empire, necromancy is a legitimate discipline, though body and spirit are protected property and may not be used without permission of the owner. But in Morrowind, the Dunmer loathed necromancers and put them to death. That's absurd, of course, since the Dunmer summoned their own dead to guard tombs and defend the family. Sacred necromancy is righteous, while philosophical necromancy is evil. It's primitive superstition, that's all. Okay. I believe in Oblivion, everyone in the Mages Guild couldn't stop talking about how necromancy had been banned as well. I guess guess these take place at similar time periods. Okay, so the ancestral tomb, I believe I know where that is, because it might actually be on my map. Maybe when we get closer to it, we will walk to Pelagiad, or towards that way anyway. Take a nice walk through the volcanic. Oh. I didn't even check to see if my gear was repaired and all of that. Let's see. No, it is not. Okay. Wait, how do I do this again? There we go. Let's repair. Is there... Oh, I should actually check out the sword she gave me too. Let's see if it's better than what I have. Oh, I'm out of hammer. Let's try. Oh, that used up all my hammers. Okay. Okay, so she gave me the fire blade. And I have, what do I have? So rock damage, mine is higher, but then the fire damage is a bit different. This one has the potential to do much more damage. So I don't know, let's equip it and see how it feels, I guess, to see. Maybe it'll feel a lot better than what I have. It says that it can do 1 to 25 points of fire damage. So it can be both weaker than my sword and way, way more powerful. I guess it's a gamble. Now that we're walking by Fort Moonmoth, I realized we still had that one quest for the little bloodbath, and I wonder at what point I should try that again. I was still level 1 when I tried that, and I did kill one of them already, but there's still 4 more, I think, in the Kamonatong hall there, and they're all gathered in the same room. So I don't know if now I'm better equipped to fight them, or if I should still wait until I'm super mega powerful. I should probably be paying attention to these signs. Let's see. Pelagiad, okay. Oh. Let's get this look right. Pelagiad is this way. I wonder what is down that way. I guess that's the whole section of the map I have not explored yet. So the tomb, oh gosh, is there a more local map? it looks like north goes back. Well, let's just use the signs, I guess. Pelagiad that way. Okay, so I guess we do want to go this way. Oh, it's very foggy. I do, with the mods that I have, the graphics extender, there's like the option to improve the view distance of this game, and I did try it, turned up, and it just felt kind of wrong. I just felt like with how foggy Morrowind is, just made more sense to turn it down and keep it somewhat restrained. Now that I think of it, I think I've already mentioned that in a prior video. Is this, I mean this, okay, I don't think this is the tomb because the ancestral tombs have a different look. This, I can't tell if this might have been the one that I died in. Oh, I'll take the plants, why not? It's almost like black and white, like there's so little color right now because of the fog. It's like a grayscale. Here's that girl that we already helped out. Helped her find her one true love. Hope it's working out. Okay. Is this... I guess Pelagiad is this way. Oops. I think that it is somewhere between Pelagiad and Satanine, if I remember what that orc said correctly. I don't think I've seen a guar yet. That's kind of heavy. Once I get to this tomb, I may need to adjust the volume a bit. I'm hoping the combat sounds are not too loud. If this is the back road to Pelagiad. Okay. There's so many things to note on these signs that they had to put 2 of them. Okay. So I feel like it should be coming up soon. I mean, maybe my journal has more specific. It is south of Pelagiad, just off the road, just before the fork where the road goes southwest towards Satanine. Okay. So let's see. Apologize, I keep checking my map here. Okay, I think the fork is up there. So she said just before the fork. Ah, I see it. I see it in the distance. what I'll do here is save. And then we will rest until our fatigue is gone. And get ready to kill some ghosts. I may need to turn the volume. Oh wait, we already I guess cleared this place out, but somehow I didn't loot the person at all. Unless this is not someone we killed, unless this is a slain adventurer. Just looking to see whether any of this is kind of worth taking. Okay, well, yeah, you know what? This doesn't look familiar. I think this is just telling us how dangerous this tomb is. It's not really worth it. Shrine of Saint Vlath, would you like to make a donation and receive a blessing? Yes. Oh, that's right. I remember this now. I don't know what this does. We'll do the Lost Indwelling. It's funny, I have a tapestry in Elder Scrolls Online in one of my homes that is literally this texture of Saint Vlad. Okay, here we go. Oh. Wow. Being level 3 sure has made us more powerful. I'm not complaining. Okay. Alright, we got a skeleton. Let's see if we can one-shot everything today. Okay. Oh god, I didn't know you guys had ranged weapons. Okay. Well, that took out a chunk of our health. Okay. Can we rest? Yes, we can. Okay. Let's do. I forget if. Okay, yeah. F5 is quick save. Okay. I'll take that. Repair prongs. Is that the next step up from the ladder? How much inventory space? Oh, I don't have a whole lot left. Okay. Oops. I keep jumping when I mean to interact. There we go. Ooh. Multiple routes. Which one do I take? Alright. Yikes. Oh, he was a 2-shot. There we go. Soul gem. Okay. Ooh, a book. 36 lessons of Vivec. Oh god. Unarmed skill. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Books increase our skills, huh? Oh my god. I'm sorry to say I will not be reading all 36 lessons of Vivec on this playthrough. Take a scroll. I should really be using the scrolls a lot more. Oh, this is honestly, yeah, this is an improvement, and it's medium armor. So I guess we'll equip it. Restore luck, shock resistance. Let's see, let's check out our new helmet. Beast races cannot wear full helmets? Oh. Can only wear partial helmets? That's a bummer. Oh, there it is. There's the skull we're looking for. And the dagger of judgment. Damage, endurance, damage, strength. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, it doesn't do much raw damage. I just wonder if, like, the debuffs really... You know what, we should take this to sell it. I just wonder if the debuffs are really powerful enough that it ends up doing a lot of raw damage. Homilies of the Blessed Malexia. I have that book in Elder Scrolls Online as well as these Velothi prayer kneelers. It's pretty cool. In the Elder Scrolls Online, I have all of the well, not all the houses that you can buy in Vardenfell, but almost all of them, and one of them is fully decorated, the Velothi Harbor House. I have a video of it also on this channel, and I have tried to fill it with a lot of lore relevant furnishings for Vardenfell and the Dunmer, so it's kind of cool to be playing this and see a lot of the items that I have furnishings of. Alright. Cool heart, what? Okay. Oh. Uh-oh. That was strange. Alright, though. So I think we're done here. We got what we needed. We just need to find the way out. Wow, it's kind of amazing how much easier these fights are now. It makes me so I was thinking when I leave this tomb. Oh, it's raining. Oh, it's a bit loud though. Let me turn that down. Okay. So part of me was like, I should walk to Satanine and take the Strider back to Balmora, but there's this other kind of delve over here that we had walked by, I think north of Pelagiad, and I kind of wanted to see if I could just get through that. Oh, stopped raining. Okay. So yeah, I hope you guys don't mind a bit of a walk. You know, I played this a long time ago, not very much. But I'm trying to think. I think outside of the areas that I've been so far in this playthrough, I don't really know what Vardenfell looks like beyond the areas that we've been. Okay, here's the doll. So it'll be interesting as we venture out. I mean, obviously I've seen Vardenfell in Elder Scrolls Online, but you know, it could look. Oh, look at that! The glowing red. What time is it? Not sure. Oh yeah, we can see the time. 5 a.m. We should probably rest anyway. Ooh. Oh man, that's so pretty. But yeah, let's try this again. I think everybody in here should be. Oh no! I thought I had killed everyone except the last person. Okay. I wonder if this is part of a quest too. Okay, it was this guy. Let's actually quick save right here. Okay. Yeah, he's got that two-handed mace. Oh, why'd he get rid of his weapon? Oh. Okay, so he was still tougher than any other enemy we've done today, but that went way better. Belt of Northern Nuck. Is this? Huh. Is it actually a belt? Or is that's a scroll, right? And then take his gold. Is this better than what I'm wearing? 14, 11, no. And he's got his big weapon. We're gonna be over encumbered if we take all his actual armor, I think. Let me take the gold. There we go. And then let's get out a lockpick. Uh-oh. Our inventory is getting kind of messy. And nothing. Okay, let's put sword back on. I don't know if it's worth keeping the sword of judgment. We seem to have more than enough blades. Probably should start selling some of them. Soul trap. Alright. Is that's it for this one? Okay. Cool. I guess. It's just good to see that I am in fact more powerful now, much more powerful. Okay. So back to Balmora. I don't know if there's a quicker way to get there. Like, I don't know if Pelagiat has a mage's guild or not, but we're already halfway there, so. Hello. Oh, there's another Okay, this is the one we must have walked by on our way here. We can just do this one too. Let's rest and quick save and see what's inside. I am almost over encumbered. Trapped. Oh. I have yet to learn how to disarm trapped things. I'm assuming there is a spell, but another option would be to maybe throw a scroll at it. Oops. Let's see, how do we scroll through? Let's try a flame spell or scroll. That did not do it. Alright, let's see what happens if I just... You are over encumbered. Is it temporary? Okay. Okay. Who else is in here? Let's see. The next sounds look so crazy. Let's see. Alright. Oh, we got 2 people in here? Wow. No. Okay. Okay. Another Lessons of Vivec. Oops, that was trapped. I didn't even notice. But I guess it wasn't trapped in a super deadly way. Okay. We are racking up some gold again. That's kind of nice. Could probably invest in some more training when we get back to town. Trapped. Okay, we'll quick save and see what happens. Oh, we have to unlock it first. Duh. Okay, now. Yeep. Okay. Wasn't that bad. Oh, we got some books. Ancestors and the Dunmer, the Book of Dawn and Dusk, the Anticipations, the Annotated, and New Ad. That reminds me, I think there was a book in my inventory that I wanted to read. Oh, we should equip our sword. That we got from the main story quest, and I didn't read it yet. Oh, first we should. Okay, wait. We can't rest, but we'll just risk it. Oh. Come here. Come here. Oh, this item's out of charge. I don't know. I did get a soul gem. Let's see how this works. Can I put the soul gem on myself? Does that only soul gems with a soul can be put in the soul gem spot? Oh, okay. In that case, let's just equip another sword then. I don't quite know how recharging weapons works yet in this game. I should look it up. Okay. And at this point, I should probably rest if it'll let me. Okay. That's curious. Expensive shoes, only 10 gold. I don't know if that's worth carrying back to town. Alright. That reminds me, I still need to sell my moon sugar and skooma. I remember I found a Gucci vendor in Balmora. I just now I can't remember where he was. He might have been the general goods trader, like the store that kind of sells a little bit of everything. Okie dokie. And now we will continue on our way back to Balmora. Enjoying the scenery of the, I can't remember what it said this region was called. It's no longer the Bitter Coast, according to when I just left the delve back there, but I can't remember what it's called. Okay, so I think I suppose this is the right way. I guess we should maybe be jumping too while we're at it. Get our acrobatics skill up. I don't know if it counts if your fatigue is already completely drained. Alright. And here's Fort Moonmoth. We're getting real close. Looks like the sun is setting. Because I think this is west, right? Yeah, according to our mini map, this is west. Ooh, getting back into that grayscale. Let's see, we're going back to the Mages Guild. Although, yeah, let's turn on the quest first, and then I'll sell stuff off, and maybe read that one book that I haven't read yet. So we will head back downstairs. Okay, so let's talk about the errand. Very good. I'll take that scroll from you. Perfect for what I have in mind. Thank you. Now, as I promised, I'll answer your questions on the Nerevarine cult. Go ahead. This Ashlander cult believes in the long-dead hero Nerevar will be reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes. According to legend, the prophesied Nerevarine will cast down the false gods of the tribunal temple, restore the traditional ancestral worship practiced by the Ashlanders, drive out all outlanders from Morrowind. Both temple and empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders, who care little for imperial or temple law. Here, take this copy of my notes on the topic. For Caius. Nerevarine cult notes have been added. Okay. Nerevar is a first-age hero of the Dunmer people. He's a great general and leader. He helped form the first council and united the Dunmer houses against foreign invaders, aided by the traitors of House Dagoth. He triumphed over Morrowind's enemies at Red Mountain, but died in the battle. The Ashlanders have a prophecy that the legendary hero Nerevar will be reborn. They call this reincarnated hero the Nerevarine. Okay. I think that's all this person has to offer me. I guess I can sell some of my stuff to them. I think. Will you take... You don't buy that? Okay. I think she probably only buys potions, huh? Oh, potion of dispel? Would that help? No, I don't. I was thinking if that would help with disarming. The problem is I don't know if and when these potions will come in handy, so I'm hesitant to sell, but they're also kind of heavy, so I don't know. I mean, we haven't really been struggling now that we've got a few levels, so I guess we'll that'll do for now. Let's see. So I do want to read a couple books and then sell a lot of the things that we gathered. Although I forget if I can use this chest as storage. I don't think so. I'll need to look into a more permanent storage solution. So I guess I've just been leaving stuff on the ground outside of the Thieves Guild. Okay, so let's read. Let's see, we have the Nerevarine cult notes. Oops. This Ashlander religious cult follows prophecies of a Nerevar reborn to honor ancient promises to the tribes, to re-establish the traditions of the prophet Velath, to cast down the false gods of the tribunal temple, and to drive all outlanders from Morrowind. Both Temple and Empire outlaw the cult, but it persists among the Ashlanders despite the Imperial and Temple repression. Because it is persecuted, it remains a secret cult, and it is hard to judge how widespread it is among the Ashlanders or whether it has any following outside the Ashlander tribes. The Nerevarine. The Ashlanders firmly believe the Nerevar will return to restore the glories of ancient Risdane. Morrowind was called Risdane before the Imperial occupation. The Ashlanders say the great houses and the temple have abandoned the pure teachings of the prophet Velath, forsaking ancestor worship for the false gods of the tribunal, and embracing the comforts of civilization that corrupted the High Elves. The temple, on the other hand, venerates Saint Nerevar, but rejects this disgusting notion that the false incarnate will walk the earth like a ghoul. Nerevar. The temple honors Saint Nerevar as the greatest Dunmer general, first counselor, and companion of Vivec, Almalexia, and Sota Sil. He united the Dunmer houses to destroy the evil Dwemer, the treacherous House Dagoth, and their western allies at Red Mountain. But the Ashlanders say Nerevar promised to honor the ancient spirits in the tribal law, and that he'll come again to honor that promise. To the Ashlanders, this means destroying the false temple and driving the Imperial invaders from the land. Nerevarine prophecies. Dream visions and prophecies are a respected tradition in Ashlander culture. Their wise women and shamans take careful note of dreams and visions and pass on the tribe's legacies of vision and prophecy to their successors. By contrast, the temple and the Western faiths are suspicious of mysticism, and they regard interpretation of dreams and visions as primitive superstition. The most common version of the Nerevarine prophecy is the stranger. The verses are obscure and as are most prophecies, but two observations are in order. First, many less well-informed scholars assume that the phrase journeyed far, near moon and star is just a cliche to suggest a very long journey, but the Nerevar of legend was known to possess a magical ring named One Clan Under Moon and Star, upon which Nerevar is supposed to have sworn his promise to honor ancient Ashlander traditions and the land rights. Second, the reference to 7 curses must certainly refer to the lost prophetic verses known to the Ashlanders as the 7 curses. The stranger. When earth is surrendered and skies choked black and sleepers serve the 7 curses, to the hearth there comes a stranger, journeyed far neath moon and star. Though stark-born to sire uncertain, his aspect marks his certain fate. Wicked stalk him, righteous curse him, prophets speak, but all deny. Many trials make manifest the stranger's fate, the curse is bane. Many touchstones try the stranger, many fall, but one remains. Lost prophecies. Ashlander elders complain of prophecies which have been lost to the tribal memory due to the carelessness or ineptitude of earlier generations of wise women and Ashcans. Suspicious scholars wonder whether these prophecies might have been deliberately forgotten or suppressed. 3 Nerevarine prophecies in particular are said to have been lost. 1. The lost prophecies. 2. The 7 curses. And 3. 7 visions of 7 trials of the incarnate. Perhaps these lost prophecies will someday be found either in forgotten accounts, written by letter to travelers, or in the memories of isolated Ashlanders, the secret traditions of the wise women and shamans. more that I wanted to read. I think it might have been the War on the First Council. Oh, this is a short one. This account by the imperial scholar Agrippa Fundiolus is based on various imperial and Dunmer sources and written for Western readers. The War of the First Council was a first-age religious conflict between the secular Dunmer House Dwemer houses. I think this is throwing me off because I don't know if they meant to put commas here. It's between the secular Dunmer houses, Dwemer and Dagoth, and the Orthodox Dunmer houses, Indoril, Redorin. Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. So the Dunmer houses, Dwemer and Dagoth, and the Orthodox Dunmer houses, Indoril, Redorin, Trez, Halalu, and Telvanni. The First Council was the first pan-Dunmer governing body, which collapsed over disputes about sorceries and enchantments practiced by the Dwemer and declared profane by the other houses. The secular houses, less numerous but politically and magically more advanced, and aided by Nord and Orc clans drawn by promise of land and booty, initially campaigned with great success in the north of Morrowind and occupied much of the land now comprising Redorin, Vardenfell, and Telvanni district. The Orthodox houses, widely dispersed and poorly organized, suffered defeat after defeat until Nerevar was made general of all house troops and levies. Nerevar secured the aid of nomad barbarian tribesmen and contrived to force a major battle at the secular stronghold of Red Mountain on Vardenfell. The secular forces were outmaneuvered and defeated with the help of Ashlander scouts, and the survivors forced to take refuge in the Dwemer stronghold at Red Mountain. After a brief siege, treason permitted Nerevar and his troops to enter the stronghold, where the secular leaders were slain. The Nerevar mortally wounded General Slaughter followed, and House Dwemer and Dagoth were exterminated. Nerevar died shortly thereafter of his own wounds. 3 of Nerevar's associates among the Orthodox houses, Vivec, Almalexia, and Sotasil, succeeded to control of the recreated First Council, renamed the Grand Council of Morrowind, and went on to become the God Kings and immortal rulers of Morrowind, known as the Tribunal, or Realm CV. Yes. Let's sell some stuff. So here's the bookseller, and we've got plenty of books.
What do you want?
You can have it all. I think we've read everything. We just need the notes. The notes that we were just given on the Nerevarine. Book of Dawn and Dusk, Homilies. I think that's it. Guide to Vardenfell. Okay, I don't think she's gonna take anything else. Good.
What is this regarding Khajiit?
And where's the general trader? Armor. I mean, will he take?
How may I help? Go ahead.
Oh, he has repair hammers. Let's take 5. Because I think they're pretty expensive, right? And then will he take steel dagger? The spark sword is a long blade that might be worth keeping. Fire blade. Honestly, I feel like giving him perhaps this one, and I'll keep the fire blade. And it looks like we will make. Oh, we also have that helmet I can't even use, and these pants. Okay, so I'm gonna take that. Okay, and I think that was the bulk of what we have. Trader, there we go. Ah, yes, this was a good cheat. I do have some random things to sell. Okay.
What can she do for you?
And I need to repair. Let's see. Maybe I need to start getting higher quality repair hammers. Maybe, what are these, journeyman ones? Maybe they aren't cutting it anymore. Okay, so now we have the stuff to go back to Caius, and you know what? I am wondering if I should pop in here real quick, see if I'm capable of killing everyone. I guess I'll have to deal with my bounty if I do that. We're gonna quick save. We're gonna rest. Resting here is illegal. You'll need to find a bed. Uh-oh, can you not? Okay.
My time is precious, so make it quick.
Okay. I mean, oh. Yeah, I forget. I think we only have 4 more to kill, but I don't. Where'd my sword go? Well, I mean, we'll give it a shot. We quick save.
Now you die! Surrender your life to me and I will end your pain.
Oops. Okay. Alright, so we're not quite powerful for that yet, but good to know. We did take them down a lot quicker. I feel like I could probably cheese it and then, kill one, back out, pay my bounty, go back, kill another. But we'll do that another day. I'm kind of liking sticking with the main quest for now. So we will go to Caius's house and see what's next. Okay. Alright. And These are our notes on the Nerevarine cult. Excellent. I'm promoting you to the Blade's Apprentice. So wave, I'd like some time to think about how this fits in with the Emperor's plans for you. So if you'd like to get in a little freelance adventuring, go ahead, but whenever you're ready, I'll have new orders for you. Okay. I've thought it over, and I want you to interview 3 informants in Vivec City concerning the Nerevarine and the 6th house. First, I want you to speak with Hadhirner, a Khajiit Thieves Guild operative. Second, I want you to speak with Helia, an Argonian in the Morag Tong. Finally, I want you to speak with Mera Milo, a temple priestess. Here, I've written the details down so you won't forget, and here are 200 drakes for bribes and other expenses. Okay, let's ask him about, I don't know if I've talked with him about this other stuff. The Morag Tong is a guild of executioners and assassins, completely legal and guided by a strict code of conduct. It's an ancient Dwemer society steeped in tradition, but I know and respect, Dunmer society. But I know and respect a few Westerners who belong to the Morag Tong. They're nothing like the Dark Brotherhood. I have no idea how to join them. Okay, 6th house. My trusted informant says they're a secret cult associated with some strange events recently, and more important, my informant thinks these recent disturbances are related in some way to the Nerevarine prophecies. And the temple. The Tribunal Temple is a native religion. They worship 3 god kings, Almalexia, Saltasil, and Vivec, who are known together as the Tribunal. We usually just call it the temple. They're narrow-minded and superstitious, but I find a lot to admire, particularly their concern for the poor. They accept Outlanders as members, but few Outlanders join except for the services. Talk to Fred Dello Sadri at the Balmora Temple if you're thinking about joining. So I guess, because there's the Imperial cult, but then the temple. Interesting. So what I'm thinking, although should I ask him about the people I meant to find so that I know where to find them? Let's see. You'll find her in St. Olm's Canton. Be careful of what you say and use common sense. People in the cantons are suspicious of outsiders. You have to win or purchase their confidence. And then, oops, that's the same person. Let's see. Julia is in Vivec at the Black Shalk Corner Club in the lower wasteworks of the Foreign Quarter. I hope all of this is being inserted into my journal. Messer Milo works in the libraries at the Halls of Wisdom and Justice. She is a friend, so be careful and don't get her in trouble. The temple is suspicious. Outlanders. Okay. I suppose I'll be able to ask people in town to where everyone is. One thing I can do is head by the Thieves Guild and maybe get some training. Since we have a bit of money. Although, at this point in time, I feel like we haven't really been struggling. Training. Sneak is good. I think sneak will help us level as well.
What can I do for you?
I wonder close we are
Looking
to...
good, Outlander. Do you require more
Okay, you
skill
should
training?
rest and meditate on what you've learned. I guess resting is illegal in the town, so we'll have to get a room.
Well, what may I do?
Let's see. Beds. Yes. Okay. And that is not where the room is. I always forget that. Unlocked. Here we go. We just need 1 hour sleep. You had a disturbing dream. You can only recall one part. A tall figure with a golden mask led you among the dead, as though a wedding celebration. You heard many voices, but no lips moved. You strained to breathe, and your chest didn't move. The tall figure spoke with each figure as he passed among them, laughing and joking as if they were alive, but they made no reply. You tried to cry out, but without breath, your tongue fluttered in vain. Ooh. That's... Wait, it didn't, did I actually level? I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm still level 3. Do I need to rest for longer? Ah, there we go. Maybe you couldn't do both things at the same time. I'm thinking perhaps strength to increase how much we can carry. Our agility is already super high. It sounds like we might be needing personality in the city, and a little more in endurance. Okay. So the last thing I wanted to do here before, oops, I went too far. The last thing that I'm wanting to do in the city in Balmora before we go to Vivec City is I did want to go to the House Halalu building just to see what's in there. I feel like there would be some more in there that might be interesting to learn.
Quickly, Outlander. I have a question.
Wow, a lot of people out and about in this thunderstorm. I believe the Halalu building is... There's that cliff racer that followed me into town. Okay, is this it? House Halalu Council Manor. What can I do for you? House Halalu is the only great house that knows how to do business with the Empire. They are more tolerant of foreigners like myself and more willing to do business. They're not paranoid and insular like the Telvanni, nor do they try to convert you to the tribunal temple like House Redder. Who might advancement? You must join House Halalu. Here's a recent edition of the Yellow Book of Great House Halalu. It lists the current Halalu counselors and their residences. I might tell you more for a small consideration. I guess we can bribe her. The one you should speak with is Gracias Curio. His manor is in the house in the Halalu Plaza in Vivec. Of the Halalu counselors, he's the one most likely to listen to your requests, whatever they may be. I don't know if I want to join it. If I hit join, will it... The rules of House Halalu are simple. You must never interfere with the business of House Halalu, or if you do, be sure you're not caught. If you're never caught stealing from a member or attacking a member, you'll be fine. If you're expelled, you'll have to make amends. Okay. I don't want to join a house right now because I know that you can only join one and I haven't even met the other ones yet. Do you want to join House Halalu? Can I look quick save and see what happens if I hit join, because I just want information. Yes, you're a worthy candidate and we accept anyone who wants to join, even Outlanders. Are you interested? No. Okay. So I guess this is where we would go if we decide we want to join House Halalu. Although I'm interested in how, they keep saying House Halalu is the most entwined with the Empire and most sort of open to Outlanders, but I thought the Kamanatong was secretly kind of running things and they kind of stand against us. So I don't know what's going on with them. Do I talk to him or do I just... I think I just talked to... Ah, this seems right.
Why walk when you can run? I am blessed.
Alright. We will go to Vivec City. Oh, there it is. I don't... Which... Okay, we are on the east edge of the city. And, I guess we'll start walking around and see. Okay, so we're in the foreign quarter. So here we go. Oh, it looks like Hulaya is in the foreign quarter at the Black Shark Corner Club. So let's let's find a door, I suppose. Here we go. Lower wasteworks. Is my local map gonna help me out here? Okay. Oops. I guess we will begin looking for the corner club. I guess these doors go outside. Upper Wasteworks. They need signage around here. Can I ask about Halea? Will you tell me where? Halea. The Argonian Morag Tong. Not many Argonians in the Morag Tong. I'd look for him in the Black Shark Corner Club in the lower wasteworks of the foreign corridor, or at Joe Basha's books on the same level of the lower wasteworks. Okay, so we are in the right place. Vivec is a city made up of 9 cantons, each a little town in itself. Each greenhouse has its own canton, and Outlanders have their own canton called the Foreign Quarter. The arena is for public entertainments like mock battles and comic plays. Commoners and paupers live in St. Dalen and St. Olm's cantons. But most of all, this is Lord Vivec's holy city. The Ministry of Truth, the temple prison, hangs above the great temple of High Fane, the halls of wisdom and justice, and Lord Vivec's palace. Oh wow. High Fane is the largest tribunal temple on Vardenfell. Archcanon Sirione presides over the temple, along with a large staff of priests, healers, and monks. Pilgrims travel from all over Morrowind to view the High Fane and the Ministry of Truth, and to offer prayer and thanks for the Palace of Vivec. The Ministry of Truth was hollowed out to provide a prison and re-education center operated by the temple ordinators of the correction of heretics. The Palace of Vivec is an abode of the immortal form of the god-hero Lord Vivec, the warrior poet of the three deities who comprise Alm CV, the divine patrons of the tribunal temple. Only the most devout are admitted to the presence of Lord Vivec, and only at his initiation. Beneath the Palace of Vivec is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes hoping to receive Vivec's favor. Many choice treasures are guarded by Daedric servants in the Puzzle Canal's dark passages. Beneath the Palace of Vivec is the Puzzle Canal, a place of worship and testing for questing heroes hoping to receive Vivec's favor. Okay. Let's see. Vivec is huge, it's easy to get lost, but if you observe the law, you can't get into much trouble. My advice is to wander freely, learn your way around, see what the craftsmen and traders have to sell, see the sights the pilgrims come to see, the Ministry of Truth, the High Fane, the Palace of Vivec, and while you're here, go take a tour of Ebonheart, the imperial town across the lagoon to the west. A lot to see and do over there, too. I've heard that Balin Andrano over in the Redoran section has a real tough time lately. He's losing a lot of business. Oh, little side quest. Okay, so I do need to find the
Outlander, what do you want?
I guess there's an enchanter.
I'm listening.
I wonder if I need to go downstairs. These buildings are so confusing. Canal works? No? Okay, back upstairs. So, they did say the lower waste works. Apothecary, alchemist, Jabash's rare books. That's one of the places that Halcyon can be.
If you're here for trouble,
Oh, there's the boy himself. Halea's not here. Look for him in the Foreign Quarter. Okay. How good my stealthing is. Like, if I stealth from here, can he see me? Steal? I guess I won't risk it. Although, wait. Where'd that ordinator go? Oh, he's over here. Oh my god. I could go crazy in here. Anything super valuable? Oh. I mean, honestly, probably most of these are worth stealing, but... small chest. a little 5 gold. Ooh, this one is worth quite a bit. Okay. Alright, that's good enough for now. Oh, he's coming back anyway. Goodbye, sir. Okay, so we need to find the corner club. It sounds like he's not in the bookstore. Okay, here's the corner club.
Go ahead.
We're looking for an Argonian. There you are.
Your turn to talk, ours to listen.
I welcome you as the friend of my friend Slugwave, but I wish to go to my friend's bookstore, and these troublesome fools are in my way. I have tried to persuade them, but they hate my race, and I fear there will be violence perhaps if you speak with them. But be careful and be ready. Okay. The sight of a free Argonian offends these racist thugs. It would tarnish my Moragtong honor to slay them, and I don't want trouble. My friend Sorellus Glomus by fighting in his club, but I must go to my friend's bookstore, where we can talk in peace. If you have a way with words, perhaps you can talk to them, or if you have a way with money, they may be bought. Otherwise, I fear there will be bloodshed. Whew.
Knowledge you need, I have all right price.
I have a feeling I'm not gonna be able to talk my way out of. Okay. Well, let's give it a shot. Am I talking to you, Fetcher? No, I'm talking to the filthy lizard, so push off. What are you, some kind of filthy lizard lover? You want to give your little friend a big kiss? Oh my god. Let's see, what can I do? Persuasion? I don't think this will go well. Are there ways to improve my persuasion with him just by talking? Doesn't seem to improve anything if I talk to him about other things, so I guess let's try it. Let's try just bribing. Bribe success. Okay, well, let's try one more bribe. Okay, now you are generous, Slugwave, and your judgment is good. Blah blah blah. He can stay here forever for all I care. Not my problem. Okay.
Yes. Welcome you feeling happy.
Let's talk to. My friend Basha the Khajiit has a bookstore. If you will agree to travel together with me there, I'll answer your questions. But before we go, I beg you to try to persuade these troublesome fools to leave us alone. Otherwise, I fear they will attack us the moment we go to leave. Are you all troublesome fools? Keep them lizards away from me and everything will be just fine.
What is this regarding Khajiit?
I don't care, they leave me alone, I leave them alone. So they seem to all be saying that they will leave us alone. So I guess we
Ours to
will
listen.
travel together and see what happens.
Oh, is there something you need?
Okay, looks like we're in the clear. And the bookstore was back over here. Well, this is the first time we've had like an escort. Bookstore was right here. Thank you very much. We should be free from distraction here. Now, I said I'd tell you about the Nerevarine cult so you can report back to Caius. And I don't know of any sixth house cult, but I can tell you what I do know. To understand the Nerevarine cult, you must understand the history of the Ashlanders. Nerevar means something very different to the Ashlanders from what he means to the Dunmer of the Great Houses. You should also know that the persecution of the Nerevarine and the legacy of the false incarnate for the Nerevarine cult is at the heart of the ancient conflict between the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Great House Dunmer. Here's a summary for Caius, but ask your questions and I'll answer in detail. In the first era, the nomadic Ashlanders and the settled Dunmer clans were much alike, but after the First Council and the formation of the Great Houses, Ashlanders have been steadily forced into the poorest and most hostile lands. Now the nomadic tribes look to the prophesied return to Nerevar for the restoration of their ancient rites and religious traditions. In modern times, Morrowind is ruled by 5 great houses: House Halalu, Redarin, Talvani, Induril, and Dress. Great Houses culture is partially defined by its roots in the ancient Dunmer tribal clans and partly by later imperial influences from the other Western cultures. The Great House culture is only one of the native Dunmer cultures of Morrowind. The other native culture, the Ashlander culture, is a nomadic barbarian culture largely untouched by imperial influences. The temple treats the Nerevarine prophecies as heresy, and the temple imprisons and executes heretics unless prevented by imperial law. But since the Nerevarine cult is hostile to the Empire does not interfere when the temple persecutes the cult. Ashlanders hate the temple, and particularly the ordinators, for their ruthless treatment of the Nerevarine cultists. In the past, some have claimed to be the reincarnated Nerevar. The most recent is known as Peak Star, a figure of legend among the Waste tribes for the last 30 years. The temple says these false incarnates disprove the prophecies since the false incarnates fail and come to nothing, but the mystical Nerevarine cult glorifies rather than shrinks from contradictions, citing the appearance of failed incarnates as certain proof of Nerevar's coming rebirth. The Ashlanders hate the House Dunmer, who have become soft and who have abandoned traditional ancestral worship for the gods of the tribunal, and the Ashlanders hate Outlanders, who invaded and stole their land and forced them to live as a subject people. A reborn Nerevar could drive out the Outlanders' invaders, destroy the false worship of the tribunal, and restore the pure traditional life and faith of the nomads. Would be a very popular hero to the Ashlanders. Sixth house. I've never heard of such a thing. House Dagoth was the 6th house, but in the War of the First Council they betrayed the other great houses and were destroyed for their treason, but I've never heard of anyone worshipping them. Dagoth the ancient head of House Dagoth, is the devil of the tribunal faith, but I've never heard anyone worshipping him either. Okay. I guess while we're here, maybe we can sell these stolen books back to back to him. Let's see.
Does it have money? Let's do business.
Yes, let's do business. Okay, so we need to keep the notes. I'm gonna sell that one. I can't remember if the yellow book is the one that Practice of Truth. I think the yellow book is the House Halalu one. A crime has been reported. Oh. So apparently you can't just do that. Uh-oh. Oh no. Why did my autosave not? Oh no. Quick save. That sounds more accurate. There we go. Thank goodness. Okay.
If you're here in trouble, you'll get warned. Please go ahead.
Oh my god. Okay, so maybe we'll do one more person that we're supposed to meet with. And looks like we have someone in St. Olms, and we have someone in the Hall of Wisdom in the Temple compound. Finding those is gonna be half the battle.
What is this regarding?
So we want to go back outside and so we'll just head this way and see which we hit first. I feel like the temple would be pretty close to the temple. If it's anything like Elder Scrolls Online would be in the southern edge of town. Let's see, this is the Nerevarine district. Oh, I see a statue of Vivec way off in the distance. I bet that's the temple. Let's see. And this one is this still the Nerevarine district? Arena Wasteworks. This one, St. Olms. Okay, so St. Olms is, if only I could remember their names. St. Olms was the Thieves Guild person, which is Adrena here, a Khajiit Thieves Guild operative. Adrena here, okay. I'm hoping the Thieves Guild just have a room here. Hello. We got a Imperial here. I'm looking for a friend of mine, a female named Adrena. Do you know where I can find her? Do you know where I can find her? No. I see. Well, perhaps another good citizen can tell me where to find her. Uh-oh. Is she on the run? let's ask you. Where? Maybe that name does sound a little familiar for some reason. I just can't seem to remember. I don't know if they honestly can't remember or if. There we go. And I know, and if I know her, she'll be staying out of sight as long as the census and excise agent is lurking about. Probably down in the underworks. Look for trapdoors down from the canal works level. Okay. They're imperial tax collectors. They hunt smugglers and tax dodgers. So I guess we'll go down to the canal works and then look for the. There we go. The underworks. That looks like a G right there. Great, so Kaya says to you, speak with Hadranir, and you have done this thing. You're speaking with Hadranir, but Hadranir will not talk to you about the Nerevarine or the Sixth House cult, and because why? Because Hadranir is at this moment very distracted by the excise agent who also wants to speak with her. You do not know this. They are collectors of the Emperor's taxes and tariffs, and the Emperor has outlawed trade in many things like armor artifacts and ebony, and a census and excise agent will enjoy being a pest about such things. For several reasons, a census and excise agent is not Engineer's favorite person. If you want Engineer to help you, make the bad agent go away. Then she will tell you things. Okay. So, we may need to use some type of persuasion or bribing. Hello.
Yes,
Okay. Actually, it's back this way. It is kind of cool, all of the layers, like the verticality of Vivec City.
Watching.
Oh my god. Wait a minute. We need to go up one more level.
Watch yourself. We'll have no trouble.
Are these? They're just ordinators. They're not the House Halali ordinators. I think are they House Indoril ordinators? Okay, so where's that tax guy? Looks like he's over here.
3 blessings.
speak freely, friend.
Okay. She just took a gondola to the mainland. I wonder if I should. What a disappointment, but thank you for your time. I was just heading back to the mainland myself. Anyway, maybe I'll run into her there. Okay, that was easy. So let's go back to her and report the good news. So, are you the one Adrenaline Mustang for getting rid of the annoying census and excise agent? Indeed, Adrenaline is very glad to see you and very happy to tell a friend of my good friend Caius all about the Sixth House cult. And Adrenaline knows nothing about the Nerevarine, but Adrenaline is happy to tell you that too if it makes Caius happy. Ask away. This, I hate that this Khajiit is making me say their name over and over. This Khajiit knows not. I'm just gonna use the word Khajiit. This Khajiit knows about because it is about smuggling. Some smart smugglers are suddenly too busy for their old clients because they have a new employer, the Sixth House, who pays very well. But what do they smuggle now? This Khajiit doesn't know because they're very secret And this is odd because these smugglers are always loud and bragging, and now they hush up like fat-bellied kittens full of sweetmeats. Smuggling is big business. The Empire says we can't trade skooma, moon sugar, ebony, dormer artifacts, exotic Dunmer weapons and armor, and slaves. So smugglers trade these things. Smugglers also smuggle grief, Xian, Sujama to avoid imperial tax. And now the Sixth House hires smugglers, though what they smuggle, this Khajiit cannot say. Yes, this Khajiit knows this. Knows this Nerevarine cult is just a silly superstition. So you tell Caius this. Nobody in her right mind pays any attention to this moon yowling. Prophecies and ancient heroes reborn, and their silliness. Fuzzy tales for little kiddies. Okay, I think it looks like that's all that they have to say. You know, I mean, I said that I would stop there, but because we're like so close to just having this all completed, let's just meet with the third person. This video will probably just go on a bit longer than usual, and I have to imagine that we are sort of close to the temple. One more floor. I'm slowly getting the hang of these buildings. Okay, so I am thinking we want to head southward. Oh yeah, there's the giant rock in the sky. Okay, Hall of Wisdom, that's what we're looking for. Let's just ask somebody.
You may speak.
We are looking for, oh my gosh, if I can remember their name. Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll look at our journal again. Mayra Milo, a temple priestess at the Hall of Wisdom. Mayra Milo. Library of Vivec. Library sounds familiar.
I will listen, but make it quick.
Oh, there you are. Yes, I'm Mayra Milo. Kaya sent you. Follow me into the back of the library. We can't talk here. Oh. Go ahead. I'm afraid I don't know anything about a Sixth House cult, but I can tell you about the Nerevarine cult. The temple worships Nerevar as a saint and hero, but prophecies of his reincarnation are punished as wicked heresy. The Nerevarine cult claims the tribunal are false gods, hence the temple's persecution of the Nerevarine cult. A group called the Dissident Priest disputes temple doctrine on the Nerevarine prophecies. The prescribed book, Progress of Truth, describes their beliefs. Get a copy of Progress of Truth for Caius Cosades. That will tell him things he needs to know about the the Nerevarine cult. This book lists the disputes of the dissident priests with tribunal temple doctrines. The temple has outlawed the sale or possession of the book, so it'll be hard to find. We have a copy here, but I fear I'm being watched by ordinators here. A safer plan would be to search local booksellers. Some booksellers ignore temple bans on outlawed books. Okay. The dissident priests dispute temple doctrine and are outlawed and persecuted by the temple. Ordinators arrest and imprison heretics, and the Empire cannot interfere. Progressive Truth lists their beliefs. In brief, they challenge the purity and divinity of the tribunal, suggesting their powers are sorcerous, not divine, and perhaps akin to the powers of Dagoth-Ur. They also condemn the arbitrary power of the ordinators and accuse the temple hierarchy of self-interest and corruption. The ordinators are the holy guards and soldiers of the temple. Dagoth-Ur is the evil, immortal enemy of the tribunal temple cult. The temple holds Dagoth-Ur and his hosts accountable for all the evils that beset the Dunmer and Morrowind. Dagoth-Ur dwells in fiery caverns beneath Red Mountain, served by his kin, called ash vampires, and by legions of deformed monsters. Oh, I can ask about my dreams. That means nothing to me. Perhaps you wouldn't know, but the temple regards disturbing dreams as a sign of soul sickness, a sign that the mind is deranged by impure impulses and dangerous feelings. The Ashlanders have many superstitions about dreams, but they have superstitions about everything. Soul sickness is called madness or insanity in the Empire. Signs of soul sickness are strange dreams, uncontrollable impulses, and cruel and evil deeds. Madness is not a disease, as Westerners believe, for if it were, it might be cured by blessings and healers. Soul sickness is a curse of Dagoth-Ur, who sends dark dreams to attack the weak of faith in their sleep. Those in strong faith can resist. Those weak in faith must seek counsel from the temple. Oh. I wonder if this is a natural part of the story. I do not care for temple politics, but I've read Progressive Truth and it troubles me. I have friends, former priests, who have gone into hiding, so I am bound to come to the attention of the ordinators. I am careful, but I'm afraid. I'm no secret agent, like you or Caius. Sooner or later, I, too, must go into hiding if it is not too late. When you return to Caius, tell him I'm worried, and that if something goes wrong, I will leave a message under the agreed code word, Amaya. Does the temple persecute dissident priests? Because attacks on the temple weaken the faith and leave the people defenseless against the influence of Dagoth-Ur. Faith is what strengthens the will of the believer against Dagoth-Ur's lies. Faith is the source of the divine power that sustains the tribunal in the battle with Dagoth-Ur. Since the Empire, some Dunmer have turned away from the temple. That's why Dagoth-Ur grows stronger. Why blight storms and monsters threaten the land. The official religion of the Empire, the imperial cult, worships the 9 divines. The 9 divines are all of those boys right there, boys and girls, and the divine god hero Tiber Septim, founder and patron of the Empire. These are indeed powerful spirits, but they are untrustworthy and unworthy of worship. Okay. So I think that because this video has been pretty long, I think that is a good stopping point. Where we will pick up next time is we will look for the book Progressive Truth, probably in the city here, although if they have it here, I could maybe just stately. I don't know. But we'll look for the book and continue on with the main quest and see.
We're watching you, scout.
Okay, and with that, I will end it here. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.